Hello, welcome back to another video. This one's going to be looking at how to get the most out of your communication within a team or just a pug. We're going to be looking at how to call intention as a player, how to communicate it to your teammates, keywords and implementations of keywords that you can have within your team, take an initiative and how to communicate that with your teammates, so how to actually set up plays, how to stress tone, so when you should stress tone and when you shouldn't, how your tone should change from situation to situation depending on like how important it is, how you can update comms and how you should update comms to your teammates, and also how to give complete information, so whole round structures rather than just raw information, and how to communicate it efficiently and effectively. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope it's helpful. So this first one is pretty simple. It's just calling intention as a player or for players. So if someone wants to silent boost or pause, respond to them. Say, yeah, I'll silent boost you, or yeah, I'll get silent boosted. Let them know in real time that their play and like their question has been heard, and you can actually go through with it. Same thing, but it's a little more time sensitive. If someone wants a double swing, actually respond to them. Yeah, I'll swing with you, or even count down. Be like, yeah, 3, 2, 1, swing. Don't leave people in the dark, and don't leave people guessing about like what your intention is while you're playing. It should be simple. Your teammates should never have to question what you're doing, and never have to like look through the map or the mini map to see what you're doing, or see if you're responding, or see if you're AFK. It's the first one simple. Just call an intention, responding to teammates, and getting the ball rolling. Good communication. This next one is looking at more team play. So it's the implementation and use of keywords within a team. You can do this for literally any comm. You can simplify your communication and break down, what words are necessary, what words aren't. Remove the clutter within chat. Allow people to actually be able to hear the game while they play. So one that you could implement within your team is just say, you're 5v3 up and you want to convert the round. You as the IGL, when you want to have a word where your teammates understand, means like don't die, everyone stay alive. Start jiggling, don't go for aggressive players. You could implement turtle, turtles go into their shell, they stay alive. It could be like that. So when your teammates hear turtle, okay, I'm no longer going for an aggressive pick. I'm not running up mid and challenging the jungle line, or I'm not going for a playing bracket. I'm not trying to get map control now. You've already got the advantage. You're 5v3 up or 5v4 up. Now your IGL wants to convert the round. Turtle, just stay alive. Maybe fall back a little bit. Play on a line where you can get out. Get ready for the next call that your IGL is going to make, and stay alive. Actually allow your core to convert the round. So that's implementation of a keyword. Also, like a little bonus one is like actually going through positions as a team and understanding and having the same call out for every position. You're a team. You have the benefit of being able to like do offline, hopefully. So you want to be able to know, okay, this is jungle, this is arch. You don't want confusion. You don't want someone calling this jungle or like this arch when they don't need to. That just clutters comms, messes up communication, and yeah, it just destroys everything. All right, so this next area is looking at taking initiative and how to communicate to your teammates, past the baseline level. So base level could just be core information. The next step is telling your teammates what to do, or what that information means, or what you want them to, how you want them to react to a certain situation. So what you want them to do. So you just say you have banana, you've taken it with 3 people, baseline is we have banana. Cool. What next? We have banana, rotate A. You tell your teammates, drop me a smoke, rotate A. And what you could also do, implement another keyword, is you say, we have banana, block A. That means use your utility to block that avenue and allow your teammates time to rotate in. You're not cluttering comms, you're not telling them how to block, you're just telling them to block. You're not telling them to drop smokes everywhere, they just understand what they need to do. You've taken the information, so you've taken the area map control, you've got the information, so you have banana, and you've told your teammates, rotate, we have this, so that's another step, taking initiative, telling your teammates what to do, and then what your teammates on the other side should do, because there needs to be cross-site communication. When you play the game, it's a team game. It can't just be one site free for all. A site and B site. They both have to be intertwined. They both have to be bouncing information off each other. Each site should know what's going on. Each site should be tracking the pack, and they should be understanding what is happening. Right? That is how you have effective and clear communication. That's how you can set up information, gather understanding and knowledge about what's happening across the board, and be able to go that next step and tell your team what to do around that. Cool. So that's taking initiative when you're playing and how to communicate it. Don't be afraid to do that. Like, you'll make mistakes sometimes. Sometimes your reads might not be right, but you will get so much better just practicing that. I'd rather someone makes 9 mistakes out of 10. They make 9 calls and Yeah, 9 out of 10 calls, none of them are wrong. One of them is right. Look, at least they're learning. They can learn from those calls. They can see why they were right, why they weren't. They're taking initiative and they're becoming a better player because of it. And they're actually communicating to their teammates what they want to happen. They're making plays happen and they're not just autopiloting. Trust me, that is the teammate you want. Next one is probably one of the most important ones, but I see it messed up the most. It's like the changing of tone, like dependent to a situation. All right, just say you have a teammate here. All right, we'll just put this guy here. Your teammate's just holding there. They're playing anti-flash. They're waiting for you to take contact because you're top half wall. You've got contact, or you've got the whole of banana. You're playing right side car. All right, you've got contact to them. You've told them this. You're holding, and then suddenly someone throws a banger, you know? They throw this flash while you're holding, or whatever flash, and you're full white, you know? A lot of players I've seen, they get full white, just don't say anything. Their teammate then gets swarmed, killed because they're anti-flash, and their teammate gets pissed because they're like, bro, what the hell? I thought you had my line. And then you're like, dude, I was flashed. What could I have done? You know? Or like, they get flashed and like, flashed. Like, they don't really say it very loud. That is something you have to. It's so easy to fix. It's like you get flashed, like flashed, Kev pushing you. You know, you have to be loud and you have to change your tone dependent to the situation. If your teammate is in immediate danger because of you, or not because of you, but your teammate is in immediate danger in any situation in the map, and you have information that can help them, stress that. Tell them. Overcall your caller. Overcall anyone on the team who's just giving raw information. Just say someone's like, they're blocking bracket, you know, they're just throwing utility, they've thrown a molly and smoke bracket. Yell over that person, be like, flashed off banana, care push in. You have to yell to your teammates and change the level of your tone dependent to the situation and severity. Alright? It's one of the easiest things to do, but it's one of those like underlooked things. A lot of teammates will die on a line because their teammate didn't tell them that they were flashed off, or they'll get smoked off, you know, not very common smoke, but they'll get smoked off. Doesn't matter. This could be used for any map. They get smoked off and they don't tell their teammates they're smoked off. They just go off the line. You know? You have to yell that. You have to yell when your line is cut off and when your teammate is now solo. Because that teammate needs to know, okay, I'm in danger mode. I'm in survival mode. This is on me now. I'm not anti anymore. I'm playing a win. Alright? So changing and stressing tone. You know, if you're just giving information, just say the other team is blocking B just on timing. Just be like, you can you can just respond or just say that, communicate that in a chill way. It's like they've blocked B, they've used one smoke, or they've done this and this, you know, X, Y, Z. Stuff that can just be relayed to your IGL or whoever's calling, that they can accumulate into their head and formulate a plan around that, you know? But just say like the other team has used all their utility. They've used a smoke bracket, they've used a smoke in halls, and they've also used a smoke like one way in pit. You know, typically they haven't got any smokes left. So okay, so you can then stress that to your IGL. If they want to hit B and B's got a bunch of util left and you know it, you stress like they're low util and B, A, maybe let's hit A, or you can do this, or pit player has no smoke. Those are things you need to stress, and you need to stress things depending on like the severity and whether they're going to kill your teammate. Don't be that person that's just quiet. Have good communication, update your teammates, and let them know the most important information in like the best way possible. This next one is updating comms to your teammates, you know? You've called intention, you say you're taking bracket. So you've taken bracket, you've used smoke, mollies, whatever. The other team has then thrown a molly, and they've also thrown a retake set into brackets, alright? You're just chilling here. You hear the flash in, and you hear them walking in. Or like they haven't walked in, they've ran in, and they've retaken brackets. Your initial comm, baseline, I'm taking brackets. Your teammates know, okay, he's taking control of the map. The next comm you have to make there is that they've mollied short, they've flashed in. You don't call that information. You call they're retaking brackets. They've retaken brackets. They have information, right? Your IGL needs to know what is happening reactively around the map and around the the server. They have to know, okay, the CTs have just taken brackets control. They know we're not in there. They know we're gonna have to go for a B hit. Okay, should we go back and take bracket, or do we have to accelerate the B hit? Your IGL needs to have real-time information relayed to them that is severe and like very important. It has to be stressed to them. They have to know, okay, they've retaken. We're now on a timer at this part of the map, you know? So updating comms. Don't just think your job's done just because you've taken an area of map and then you're like, oh, cool, okay, they just retook that area. I'll just try and fight them, or I'll just chill. No, like you need to update to your leader or even just your teammates. What's happening, what the other team's taken, what they've done as a reaction to what you've done, And now your team can know, okay, we're on a timer. We need to hit in this timing, or we've missed our timing. We now need to go back and take map control. You know, updating comms and just being active in your position, listening out for utility that's thrown, listening out for utility that isn't thrown. Maybe you've taken bracket and they haven't done anything. Maybe you've even walked up dig, and now, okay, you're up here. You hear nothing. You're just chilling. You could tell your team, I'm in a good spot short. Maybe come A. Maybe come in pressure. Let's do a pit molly, flashes. Let's do a moto smoke. Let's hit A. I'm in a very advanced spot. Yeah. What can we do off this? Don't just be that person that like walks in, like la 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 la, just taking the spot, and then you're sitting here for 40 seconds, and then your team's like, bro, what the hell? You're pushed up A cart? And you're like, yeah, dude, I've been here for like 30 seconds. What are you talking about? You need to be active. Update your team to what's going on and like what's important, where you're playing, what like sort of timings you can take. If you have a time in your wrap in and you've gotten gap where they haven't seen you and you can wrap B, yell that to your teammates. I have time in. I have gap at B. Guys, block. Go back. Don't do anything. Come back and hit B. Don't execute A. I've got the gap. You tell your teammates and allow your teammates to play off what information you have. You're doing a couple of the other things we're talking about, right? Hopefully you're using some keywords. You tell your team to turtle, tell them to regroup at B. You're calling intention. You're telling your team what you're doing. I'm wrapping B. You're also taking initiative. You're communicating what you have and where your teammates should go off that information. You're also stressing and overcalling what's happening because you have the most relevant and the most important information. You have the round winning play right now and you've let your team know. And you're also updating comms. And we'll move on as a nice segue into the last one, which is how you actually deliver information to your teammates. All right, so this last point is how you're actually delivering information and how you're actually painting a picture for your teammates and your IGL. So how you're conveying information. I like to call it using complete information versus using raw information. Using raw information, just say the other team's doing a B execute, they've smoked CT, they've smoked coffin, they've mollied out new box and dark, you know? You as a CT relaying that information. You're saying CT smoke, con smoke, new box play, dark molly, you know? Whereas you could also say, I'm blind, you know? Whereas in actual fact, you can just say, B execute. It's very simple, but people don't do this. It is also used in like more niche ways, you know? Just say they molly off dig and they molly dig and smoke long, or smoke arch. You say they're doing a brackets take. Whereas like in actual fact, some people will be like, smoke arch, molly dig, flash bracket, you know? Give information in like its most complete form if you understand it. If you know they're taking brackets off the U-tool they're throwing, you don't need to call every piece of U-tool they're throwing. Call the set round or call the round structure that they're doing. Okay, they're taking brackets right now. Or, okay, they've done a bit, they're B executing, come rotate. You know, that way you free up a lot more hearing space. Your teammates can actually hear when they're on site. They don't have to hear you rap god in every piece of U-tool they're throwing, or they don't have to hear you rap god in or micro call in every single thing. I hear 1, 2, 3 brackets. I hear 3 people brackets. Just call pack brackets. They're taking brackets with 3. They've done a bracket stake. Simplifying comms. Don't deliver raw information. If you know what's going on, deliver the round layout. Deliver complete comms and structured information. Tell your team what's happening in real time. Because you saying all these pieces of U-tool that's been thrown don't mean anything to the other side, usually. The other side's also trying to sum up things and make equations happen to figure out what the other team's doing. But if the other side knows, okay, the enemy team has taken brackets, okay, what should we do off that? Do we need to now take initiative and get map control? What should we do? Can we turtle? Should we go aggressive, you know? But, or vice versa, you know, same thing. If B's being executed on, A knows because you've given them the complete comm. B execute, they can now rotate. They don't have to just hang around. They have a better timing, they can support you better. So that is how you can actually deliver better comms in a more efficient and effective manner using like whole round structures. If you don't understand what's actually going on, then calling the raw information is fine. Someone else hopefully will piece it together for you and can deliver that information. And then like in the future, you can speak to them, be like, hey, how did you know it was a B execute? Or how did you know they were taking bracket? Or how did you know the pack was there? You can speak to them about it. Hopefully you can learn more about it if they're nice enough and they actually help you. So yeah, that's just some ways that you can actually improve your communication within a team and individually. You can do all these things in pugs, you know, have better comms with your teammates so they know your intention, what you're doing. They actually know where you're at, all right? I hope it was helpful and let me know what you'd like to see in the future.